So as you can see behind me, I'm in a new place because I just bought a house and I finally moved into said house and I have a lot of stuff going on behind me. So my life is very chaotic right now. So I have a couple of videos in the works, but I needed a little bit of a more, I guess, chiller video to film in time for my upload schedule on Saturday, and so here I am. I'm also traveling again tomorrow. I'm very chaotic right now, so please be patient. I have a couple of videos in the works right now, but in the meantime, you might be getting some more chiller videos versus the more long-term project videos. Hey folks, it's me, Rena from Alex Crochet, and today's video I want to talk over my fiber arts wish list. I kind of got this idea from an upload by Crochet Vision probably about a couple years ago at this point, honestly, where she said that she has a lot of crochet projects that she wants to make, and if she shouts it out into the world, it will somehow manifest itself. And that's kind of what I want to do with this video, where I want to make these projects with this yarn and eventually it will manifest itself somehow. Here are the projects that I want personally to make, even eventually make videos on, but just in general, I want to eventually make these products. This is not necessarily in any particular order, though I may separate them out into like different categories. So let's start with crochet. So for crochet, I've always wanted to make an Anchor the Octopus. Do I make amigurumi? No. But I want to make an Anchor the Octopus. The idea simultaneously makes my hands hurt, like just thinking about it, but also it seems so cool. Even though I have no idea where I would put it, I want to make an Anchor the Octopus. I don't know why. So yeah, that is one on my crochet project wish list. Number 2, I want to make a filet crochet chi-pao. Originally, I was thinking of doing that for my wedding, but with the chaotic nature of trying to make my wedding top, I kind of said nah to that. And so I kind of put that idea off to the side. Eventually, I do want to make a filet crochet dress. Now that I'm thinking a little bit more on it, I probably won't do a filet crochet chi-pao, but I want to make a filet crochet dress. There you go. I want to make a filet crochet dress. Number 3, I want to try making a mosaic crochet shawl. I had bought this beautiful yarn kit at a local fiber festival last year with the intention to make a shawl. And then I was like, I want to try mosaic crochet. And I found a pattern, I pulled up, I was going to make a video on it, but then things got chaotic, right? But I want to make a mosaic crochet shawl with that yarn kit. Number 4, I want to make an African hexagon granny square dress. I think that'd be so cool. It would be really cute. I have a ton of cotton. It would be a fantastic stash busting project. And it would be like a really cool daily reel type of content too. So that's something I want to do. Again, I just have to get myself to do it. And right now it's chaotic. Number 5, I also want to make a hexagon granny amigurumi. So if you've seen Plod the Triceratops, that's basically what I want to make. I want to make Plod the Triceratops. So I probably will eventually make that at some point. That would also be a really cool stash busting project as well. Basically 2 projects involving African hexagon granny squares. Number 6, I want to make filet crochet curtains. So my new house has a lot of windows and a lot of places where I could put handmade curtains. I want to make some filet crochet curtains for around the house. More likely, I'm probably gonna do cafe curtains because I think I would genuinely lose my mind if I made full-size curtains, even for this window. That's not even my biggest window, but I would probably lose my mind if I made full-size curtains. So it's more likely gonna be some cafe curtains, but it'd be so cute. I would love it. I would be very happy. Now for my knitting wish list. I want to make the ranunculus. I don't know why. I low-key was inspired by a couple of creators on YouTube. Honestly, mostly it's Gabby Crochet. She recently had a video where she wondered whether the ranunculus is plus size friendly. You should check her out. It's a great video. She's a creator I've been enjoying more recently, but I want to make ranunculus because I think the appeal of the ranunculus is that you get tiny yarn, big needles, and then you knit, and it's supposed to be like a quick and kind of like quick and easy, but also just a fun knitting pattern. And so eventually I want to make it. I have 2 skeins of Madeline Tosh fingering weight sock yarn that I got from a family friend. I don't think that's enough to make a long sleeve, but it's definitely enough to make a like short sleeve version of the ranunculus. And considering knitting takes up less yarn, I should be fine. But regardless, I want to make ranunculus. I think it'd be cool. I think it would be super awesome. Leading up to the ranunculus, I want to make the step-by-step sweater. What I really want to do is buy one of those Karen anniversary cakes and then knit the step-by-step sweater, because I have always wanted to buy one of those Karen anniversary cakes, but I could never think of what to make with one of those cakes of yarn because it's absolutely huge. It's like this big. I feel like it's at least 3 pounds of yarn. And it's bulky weight too. For those who are unfamiliar with me, I prefer to crochet with thinner yarn, so crocheting with bulky weight yarn, that's a no for me. However, knitting, I am more open to using bulky weight yarn. So I actually think a bulky weight acrylic yarn sweater could be fine because the finished garment will not make me want to die, and I will not want to kill myself knitting bulky weight yarn. So yes, I want my first sweater to be that step-by-step sweater using the Karen anniversary cake. I also really want to knit that loopy stitch cardigan, which is like meant to be more of a scrap yarn type of sweater. It looks so fun, and I think it could be a really good opportunity for me to use up the leftover yarn from when I made my temperature blanket, because I overbought a lot of temperature blanket yarn. So I think it'd be a really fun opportunity for me to use it. And it's like funky and cool. I don't know. It just seems fun. And also, I feel like worsted weight acrylic knitted is fine versus like a worsted weight acrylic crochet sweater. So that's also why I want to make that. And then now my last fiber arts category of my wish list. It may surprise a couple of you. Sewing. I have sewing dreams. However, I'm sure some of you who have watched a couple of my videos, mainly my wedding top videos, you can see that sewing has frustrated the daylights out of me. However, there are a couple projects I do still want to try doing prior to completely giving up on it. Because I have sewing dreams, but I also need to be realistic about my sewing dreams. I could have a whole video of all the things I want to do for my sewing dreams, but for this video, I'm gonna kind of tone it back down a little bit and be more realistic of things I could potentially do versus what I really want to do. With the exception of my wedding top, the first thing I want to do in sewing is actually make some baby onesies out of old t-shirts. I have a lot of ratty t-shirts, and I want to upcycle them into baby onesies because I eventually want children. And children's stuff is expensive. So what I want to do is take old t-shirts that have holes in them and convert them into cute baby onesies for my future child to wear. Because reduce, reuse, recycle. So that is project number 1 of what I want to do. I have other sewing projects that I want to do, but I'm going to be realistic with myself. I'm going to limit it to only 2 for this video. The second project that I want to do for my sewing dreams is to eventually convert an old sheet into a circle skirt. Simple enough. I just want to make a skirt. I want to make a skirt from an old sheet. I actually have a sheet that I am currently using right now that's probably going to be relegated to sewing scrap material at some point. And I think that will be the sheet I use for said circle skirt. But yes, I want to make a circle skirt out of a bed sheet. Final sewing wish list item. I want to make a little whip basket. So I want to sew, the base of it, the foundation of it, And then I have a lot of scrap granny squares. Some of you who follow the channel may be familiar with the fact that I have way too many scrap granny squares just lying around in a tote bag somewhere. I want to make a basket out of the scrap granny squares, but then have like a fabric lining of some sort with like interfacing to make it like actually sturdy and stable, but the outside decoration part is my scrap yarn granny squares. So that is the final form of like said wish list item. Now, that isn't necessarily all of my wish list items, but it's definitely a good few of my like wish list items of things I want to make, like crochet, knit, even sew, right? But again, the idea of this video is that I will speak out the things I want to make, share it to the world, and somehow, in some way, manifest it. I can't exactly explain how, but there is no timeline. Most of these are video ideas, though maybe not all of them will be, but this is my way of manifesting this idea out into the world. And hopefully by me actually saying this to the camera and posting this online, I may actually make a couple of these things. TBD on if I actually make all of them. Some of these might be future videos, who knows? But with that, thank you for watching. If you like more content like this, like and subscribe for more. And also comment down below, what are things that you want to make? Either crochet, knitting, sewing, or even in other fiber arts like cross stitch, embroidery, heck, maybe like woodworking or glassworking. Like, if you have a creative hobby, what's something that you would like to make at some point in the future? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, again, apologies for the very messy background. I'm working on it. Give me time because I'm a little bit chaotic, but such is life. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!